Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to Tawanda on Wheels, World of Warcraft Classic. We are going to pick up where we left off yesterday at Dry Gulch Ravine. Let's see. Just need to get a few things rolling here. We need to make sure we have conjured water to refresh our mana. At least 2 sets of that, so that's 20. We need some food. Then we're going to do armor and intellect for now. And we sit down and drink to refresh our mana before we head in. Now, this area I'm going into, it can be tricky. It can be dangerous for a level 8 or lower. But I've kind of learned if you can take the harpies on individually, you have a better chance of being able to beat them. So that's where we're going to try to do. Somebody else must be back here. All right, so that's one down. And it's a pain, but you have to keep your mana up. If you don't have full mana, you will not get past these guys at level 8. This is actually going way easier than I expected. We need 5 more savages and 8 storm witches. Those are the trickiest ones. They tend to be the hardest ones. Ooh, got another chest over here. We're going to keep these cleared out at all times so they can't come up behind us. Sorry about that, guys. I put the recording on pause so I could go get a drink and came in and forgot to unpause it. So here we are. So it looks like the guy that passed me earlier has gone through and cleaned out what I need for now. So we're just going to kill stuff. It gives us rep, it helps us level. Not a big deal. Actually, we might need to go empty our bag. Let's go do that really quick. Because we're already halfway through what we need back here. After we empty our bag, we'll come back and we're going to work on the dust, wind, storm witches. Mainly killing these as we go out just for ease. If you heard anything, that was my dog. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Mm. My husband's spoiling me today. He's out there making a peach cinnamon roll. And his come out really huge, like the Cinnabon cinnamon rolls. So I'm excited. I'm not supposed to have it, being a diabetic. But goddamn it, I want to have some. Oh, I don't think those will help me. But we'll go ahead and equip them for now. I mean, it can't hurt. Okay. Actually, do I have 25? Let's go see if we can find somebody selling bags. Even if it's just another little 6 slot. Not you. Really don't want to have to go to Ogamar yet. General goods. There we go. That gives us a little extra space. All right, let's head back. So today's Father's Day. And I've been thinking about my dad all day. He left us so soon. Way, way too soon. But I think it was all a broken heart. Yes, he had gotten sick. It was during the pandemic. But I think he had lost the will to fight because he had lost my mother also. She was the love of his life. There were days you had to wonder, but he loved her more than life itself. So all day today, I've been sitting here thinking of my childhood. And smiling and crying and laughing internally. And also, thinking about how sad it is to not have a family of my own. Not from a lack of trying. Hubby and I had 3 miscarriages before we decided to stop, because it was so hard on me. And my husband just couldn't see me get tore down like that again. But he's a good man. He doesn't make me feel bad about it. But I have family now that has a little one. And in a way, I get to live vicariously through them. But anyways, so let's see. A memory I have of my father. He was stationed at Fort Carson in Colorado. And he had bought land out in Yoder, Colorado for me and my family to live on. And he had bought a pony from my little sister. I don't remember the pony's name. I just remember it was the most hard-headed, barn sour pony you could possibly imagine. And she had gone out to ride one day. I want to say she was 4 or maybe 5, but I want to say 4. And she was out on her pony. And it got to be around the time when mom and dad would normally go out and give that pony grain. And it knew it. And it took off with her on its back, and it would not stop. And all of a sudden, it just slammed on the brakes, and she went flying through the air and landed belly first on the barrel cactus. And my dad went out and chased that pony back up to the house. Now, mind you, he was supposed to leave in like 36 hours to go to Intel school in Fort Wachiwi. And as he's chasing this pony, he had his car hooked up the jumper cables to my mom's car. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but they were brand new jumper cables. And this pony ran between the cars, momentarily got stuck there. Now, I don't condone what my dad did, but he was miffed because his little girl got injured. He ran up behind that pony and kicked it in the butt. The pony shot forward, broke the jumper cables, and he broke his foot. It wasn't good. But that's one of my memories that we could laugh about. And he often did. Because he went to Fort Huachuca and he had to do PT with a broken foot. Because he couldn't tell anybody. What he did, he fought his way through it. He finished school. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry about that. My dog wanted off the bed. I need to make sure she didn't injure herself. But anyways, the pony survived. That didn't harm it. It just broke his foot. And then we found out shortly after that the pony was blind in one eye. I don't know if that had to do with it being barn sour, but I like to give it a little grace because of that. But she ended up just being a pasture pony after that. Let's see what else. My dad always had a really good sense of humor and loved his family deeply. Um, we lived in Germany. We lived in Wiesbaden. And we lived in the military quarters off base, um, near the commissary and the elementary slash junior high school. And we always gave my dad a hard time. Well, one day he was in the shower. He had just come home from a run, went in the shower. So my sister snuck in, stole this towel, stole his clothes, and hung a maternity dress in the bathroom. We then went into the hallway and locked the linen closet, locked his bedroom door, closed and locked our bedroom doors, and then we went and sat in the kitchen, the living room area. And we hear the shower turned off, and we hear the shower curtain open, and then we hear, "What the?" And then the door slightly cracks, and he yells out for us to hand him a towel through the door. And we're giggling. We're giggling so hard. And my sister's like, you have to put the dress on. And he's like, what? I am not putting that on. And we're like, nope, you got to put the dress on, otherwise we're not letting you out. He put the dress on. I have a picture, or I had a picture. And it was so funny. He came out of the bathroom wearing this dress, It was like white on top, and it had red straps and red polka dots over the bodice and the skirt. And it was so funny. Oh my god, it was so funny. And so we kept those photos as blackmail photos. He didn't get mad about it though. He just didn't think we had it in us to do that to him. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bore you guys. Anyways, okay, so we need to get on with our dust, wind, storm witches. Ooh, that's an 11. So we're not going to be able to loot that one more than likely. I've seen people get up to them, but I've never been able to. But that's okay. All I'm really after is the kill. So we need 6 more. Five more. I'm going to try to get us into that back cave over there. But we'll have to wait and see. Or we're moving right along. All right, dude, don't you dare go in there and steal. I always try to say thank you. Hopefully they accept my thank you in a nice way. See, can we use any of this? Use those. That's about it. Two more. We might actually get through this without dying. Knock on wood. Damn, I don't have any wood to knock on. Come on, come on. There we go. Run up here. I need one more. One more storm wedge. That's that second one right back there. But anyways, this is why I do this quest in two parts. Because you have the first half that's at the beginning, closer to Ogamar, and then this half can take time. At least for me. Yes, I know there's people out there that can run this area quicker. But for me, it takes a little time. only reason I say that and put that out there is I've had other players berate me and say I'm lying. And I'm not lying. This is just my experience. But it's different for everybody, and that's okay. All right, let's go get that last storm witch. Ooh, and there's a chest. Yeah, baby. All right, now we're going to go around and pick up loot. The one thing I prefer from classic to retail is in retail, I could pick up from one person and I'll pick up all the loot. In classic, you have to go around and literally pick it up from each individual creature. All right, let's get out of here. Run your narrow troll butt. There we go. All right, so we went through all that to pick up this staff. Have to be 10 before I can use those. So we're going to hold them down here. Let's go into Ogamar. And I don't need this linen because that's not my professions. So it's not much, but I'm going to put them on the auction house. Or if it doesn't look like it's going to be worth it to put it on the auction house, I'll put them in my bank. Because at some point, I will get enough of them together to make it worth it. Or I can always send it to another character. So we're going to come right over here. And I'm going to sell my stuff in this building. I know it's a leather merchant. I'm not buying anything, I'm just selling. Okay. My stomach is starting to tell me it's hungry. I just don't know what I want. Actually, I do. In Illinois, there is a Popeyes at one of the oases over the highway that sells the creamiest fried chicken livers on the face of the planet. What I would not give for that. Our Popeyes here doesn't make them. Right. So, these are currently, what are they selling for? Actually, let's go. Auctions, okay. Next up, currently going for 3 silver. That's 39% of what they're actually worth. Which we could do. Let's do do 90. Selling for 325. We'll do it for 8 hours. 2 stack. I'll hold on to this last stack till I get it to 20. These, oof, are not worth selling. So I will keep them. All right. Okay, so we are going to go back the long run back. So my husband is in desperate need of a new computer. He has my old one. The way we normally work it around here, because he's never really around to do much, is when I need a new computer, because whatever I have can no longer handle the adaptive technology I have, he inherits my computer and then I get the new one. Well, the rig I got from Zydak, I won't need to get rid of for quite some time because I can always send it to them and they can upgrade any hardware or software I need. So I'm looking at getting him one, but I have to do it on the down low. I want it to be a surprise. A few years ago, I had surprised him with PlayStation, I think it was. Every time we go to the store to find out what he wanted, I would ask questions and I put it in the terms of I'm getting this for my aunt's children. What do you think they would like? You know, as in the console and then extra controllers, games, that kind of stuff. And he never picked up on the fact that I was buying it for him. So when Christmas came around, he thought he had opened all his gifts. And he had actually seen the console and everything because he helped me wrap it. And he was sitting there, you know, not a care in the world, waiting for the kids to open it. And they reached over and they pushed it in front of him. And he looked at me and he looked at them and he's like, "No, this is your guys." And we're all like, "No, surprise. This is for you." He was so blown away. And I really want to do that for him again. So that is what I've been looking at. He currently has a tower from Zydak that was mine that I custom built through them. But it's getting way up there in age, and the motherboard in it, from what I can figure out, won't handle the upgrade, and the case can't hold it. We need a bigger case and stuff. So I'm just gonna get him an all new one. Now my particular rig came from their refurbished section, called Jake's Basement, and I got it for a song. I couldn't put it together and buy it new for what I paid for it. I am very, very happy with it. I have referred all my family to them. And yes, I know people are going to say, oh, they're really expensive. They are, but it is worth it. But, anyways, whenever I decide on what I'm going to get him, I'll post it secretly. I just have to do it when I know he's not going to be online and watching my videos. And he already knows I'm thinking of doing it, but he doesn't think I will. Right? Come on. I have picked up enough of these. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop this video here because we're quickly approaching the 1 hour mark. And I know I've probably already bored you guys to death. But thank you so very much for joining me in this adventure here. I will pick up another video tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a wonderful weekend and try to stay cool.